Hi, this is Video Journal. Today's the date. Let me pause it for a minute so I can get my glasses. Yeah, today's date is October 2nd, 2022. Time is 7:32 p.m. Today's Sunday. Video Journal. I'm just Nieves from San Jose, California. Uh, yeah, I have a very uh, rough weekend. You know all that. So I'll let you know. Apparently, what I was told, I was, by certain people where I live, I was broadcasting it, and they said, "Well, what with this? Well, Joseph, you don't have to broadcast everything, and which I was and all that, unless what, the public is listening to ABC voicemail, listen to Zoe Lofgren's voicemail, or City San Jose City Hall voicemail." All that, or listen to my 408 phone number, my cell phone, because like that, all that. So I thought, let you know, that's what it sounds like. PD said. He said, well, don't listen to the phone. All that every time Joseph leaves a voicemail with the media, with reporters, it gets call forwarding to the other reporters, and some people that was listening to the reporters phone line, it gets picked up. All that. So yeah, that's why people say, well, just as broadcasting it. Well, nothing you can do about it. It's same thing here. That's what's the same thing in the military intelligence outfield base. Says yes. They told that ever since I was 5 years old, listen to my parents' phone number. They pick up when I talk to my TT man or talk to their friends, all that. They pick the phone call gets picked up, and that's what the military told my dad. I said, yeah, nothing to do there. The military told my dad, yes, if someone in Hollywood is trying to make you a movie, and they do that, people that's what they do to people that are trying to make a movie about someone, all that. But it's sitting here, all that. Well, sitting my neighbor here, some of my neighbors, that has a criminal record, says yeah, it tells management, go over by my door here, and says, and every time I call Zolocker and complain about someone, they get the Zolocker people go ahead and call back to where I live and find out what's going on. And so so like say so and the Congresswoman Zolofkin, I guess they're people that are investigating what's going on. Same thing if I email the White House, all that they investigate. If you send a Christmas card to the president, they still have to investigate why you send them a Christmas card. They're just protocols, all that. But yeah, but one of my neighbors down the hall on where I live, well, he goes, I'll leave Joseph alone if he gets off Risperdal. All that. No. He goes, no. I'll leave Joseph alone if he gets off Risperdal. He needs to be something else or out back on pills. And the criminals is trying to do put me back on pills and bring me in the psych ward. My Secret Service agent Melanie from the White House told my mom, I said yes. And after I got my shots in October 2006, and 60 Service agent Melanie stopped by my mom house and said yes. This is a concern for the White House here. This is a concern for the White House here. This is a concern for the White House. And I said, yes, Joseph's taking his medication. Criminals are trying to bring Joseph in probable cause. Or people are trying to bring Joseph. People are trying to bring Joseph in a probable cause. And that's what that 6-year agent Melody for the White House said. Told me my mom. I said, yeah, Joseph's taking medication. We checked his charts. is he gets his medication. When he first started, he was a little late taking his medication, but no, he's getting it and all that. So yeah, so I saw that. Yeah, that's when I put my medication shot on the calendar. And therefore, on my calendar, I get my wristband shot on my calendar every 2 weeks. I schedule it so I won't forget, and that's the reason why I do that. For that. And but yeah, 600 million is right. A lot of criminals here in San Jose wants me to get off Risperdal shots, back on Risperdal pills. So they call us, 911. Call 911 and call San Jose PD. Bring me in psych ward right away. All that. So yeah, lots of criminals trying to keep me off Risperdal. I do well on it. I respond well. And I'm not going back on this. I'm not going back. I'm not going back on other cardiac drugs that I don't respond well. I get tons of huge medical debt, and I can't afford any more medical bills. I can't afford to go to the psych ward. I couldn't afford it. Go back in the psych ward. I can't. I don't have the money anymore. I'll be so huge in debt. I'll be drowning in debt. I'll never get out. So, anyways, tomorrow I'll see Dr. Holly, see about my foot. My foot's really hurting. I think I have some sores on my foot, so and all that. So I'll have trouble walking, all that, and all that. But yeah, all that. So so even on the VT bus 26 Westgate coming home for Easter, I think it was Saturday. Criminals were making fun of me for me crying about my foot and in pain. VTA got off the bus at Kerner and reported to the superiors at VTA. All that, but I'll let you know all that. But and it's the thing here. Criminals are. It's the same thing like it's the same thing. Like Rick and Martin said. Rick and Martin was heartbroken. Rick Warren was truly heartbroken when I found out what's going on with me and all that. And he told Rick Warren told my dad, said, "Look, people are messing with your son, Mr. Nieves, and nothing I could do here. People, nothing. Yeah, that's when I find out was Joseph, people mess around Joseph a whole lot, and that's what Rick Martin said. Yeah, there's nothing I can do for him, says Joseph has to manage this on his own, and people mess around with Joseph a whole lot. When I'm with him, he acts differently. That he's more happier, more calmer, and more peaceful. But I understand when Joseph's by himself, doing Joseph's by himself, Ricky Martin said yes, he's not socializing. But when I'm with him, he socializes. And so only Ricky Martin can tell the further story behind this because I can't get in his head, about his mind of his opinions. I'll see Dr. Holly on my foot about my foot tomorrow, all that. So I'll let you know what Dr. Lee says about my foot, and that's about it. If not, I'll contact a few dates because management is complaining. I'm broadcasting my life story on even typing on Twitter, even typing on Facebook, all that. They want to stop Facebook, stop Twitter, stop YouTube, stop everything, all that, and stop talking to Kaiser, stop talking to reporters, stop talking to San Jose PD, stop everything. Ain't right. Ain't right. I have the right to speak. I have the right to speak my mind, to get it out of my head. I'm suffering in my head here. I'm suffering in my head. They don't care if I suffer. They don't. No one does. No one does. They don't care if I suffer. They get pure entertainment out of my suffering. Everybody does. And that's about it.